here we are in the middle of Central Asia at the start of... Jean-Louis Schlesser and René Metsch have done it again. Along with their fellow adventurers, they have mapped out 5 exceptional stages right through the middle of the Karakum Desert. Welcome to the first edition of the Turkmen Desert Race. Labat Market in Turkmenabad was home to the technical checks and admin checks for 3 full days. The burning question on everyone's lips: what still drives Jean-Louis Schlesser to blaze new trails? It's the pleasure of meeting people. The pleasure of rediscovering a country I raced in about 20 years ago. The pleasure of seeing you, all of you. It's so exciting. It's a different kind of adrenaline from competing. I find it harder to manage my nerves in this situation, but I have to keep calm. Everyone I've spoken to, competitors and participants, have been very happy with the welcome we've had. I hope we continue to feel this way until the end of the race. This is only the second time Turkmenistan has hosted an international event. Last year they held the Asian Games, whose infrastructure has helped with the organisation of the Amul Hazar 2018. A veritable flood of volunteers from around the country has made for a very warm welcome. The Turkmen authorities have pulled out all the stops, including personal involvement by the president right from the start.
To express my gratitude to the president of Turkmenistan, who are initiating this event and provide to us possibilities and opportunities to realize this event. The nature of Turkmenistan is very different, and I hope that during this race you may see it. For example, as you know, the most territory of the Turkmenistan is a desert. But at some places you will see the very, very beautiful natural landscapes. Like desert, you will see the beautiful lake in the middle of the desert. You will see the high mountains, very beautiful mountains, and as a result, the Caspian Sea, the pearl of the Middle Asia.
From a sporting perspective, we can already report great results. Competitors' interest was peaked early on and the start list grew steadily. The final lineup of more than 80 participants shows class and competence. The favourites in this exciting new challenge are amongst the best. Nani Roma with his X-Raid Mini, Harry Hunt's PH Sport and the SRT racing buggy of Mathieu Serradori. We could see that there was a really great lineup. We are very happy to pit ourselves against the top driver at Mini. And we also have Harry Hunt's Peugeot and lots of other competitors. So I think that, as usual, it's going to be a complex rally. We're going to have to get to the front quickly and stay with the front runners. The goal is to win. But there are others with the same goal. We will try to race well. We have worked hard. We have a good team and a good crew. We will do our best to get there on top. Onto the trucks, and in this impressive category, the legendary Russian KAMAZ team will go head-to-head with the Belarusian MAZ Sport Auto. Not forgetting, of course, the other Russian crew in play, Gaz Raid Sport. The Eastern European crews will be crossing swords and intend to make life very difficult for Eirat Mardiv. He is here to win. When we enter a race, it's to take the win. That's what we're here for. Our principal goal is victory. However, we are also here to do some testing and training for future competitions, for the next big challenge. Let's not forget the SSVs, who will be trying to wind their way through the pack of powerful racing beasts. The T3s really are the rising stars of these all-terrain rallies. There are 10 of them ready to launch into this new and extraordinary adventure. Amongst them is the rally's oldest competitor. Jean-Claude Ruffier turned 79 this spring, and he's here to have fun. Above all, we're competitors, but we're also here for fun. It's a new adventure, and we're discovering a new country. The welcome was fantastic, the people are nice, the organisation is really great. We're going to have a really great week. In order to have a really great week in a rally raid, you need to master all the elements of the sport: driving, mechanics, navigation, and knowing all the noises your vehicle makes. You can't leave anything to chance, or you'll soon find yourself at the side of the road with your head under the bonnet. Basically, you need to avoid all the traps set by Rennie Metch, who has, as always, taken great pains to dream up a spectacular race. There are only 5 stages. The first 3 are not easy at all. The last 2 are a little less tricky. There are no stones, which is already a bonus. However, there are some traps. And I think we may well see some impressive somersaults. The dunes are not the same as we're used to in Africa. They're not exactly individual ergs. We're pretty much in one continuous erg for the whole stage. The dunes are in a kind of vegetation. There are little trees everywhere, either side of the track. Drivers will climb and climb and climb until suddenly they drop off the other side of the dune. They're pretty steep. So at the start, they will really need to pay attention. I think they'll learn quickly. Just one last formality, the traditional race briefing with one important point to remember.
Un petit peu de manière écologique. En tous les cas, de faire toujours attention à ce qu'on fait, d'avoir toujours dans le fond de la tête le mot écologie. C'est ce qui est très important à ces yeux.
There we have it, the scene is set, everyone ready for battle. But just before that, a quick look at the opening parade through Turkmenabad. Let the games begin. And what a beginning! A 9-kilometre prologue to start the proceedings. Speed and vigilance, the watchwords at the beginning of the race, before finally getting stuck into the first stage of 247 kilometres. As a treat, we had a special guest, the President of the Republic, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov, who took to the wheel of a Mini. What a great moment for an adrenaline fanatic.
Уважаемый господин Шлессер, я поздравляю вас с праздником, со спортивным праздником.
I want to congratulate you with today's sporting holiday.
Ну, если говорить о трассе, то, конечно, как и подобает каждому спортсмену, я был сосредоточен, но и как нам оставили заветы наши деды и прадеды, я, наверное, чувствовал того человека, то есть, который желает именно всем спортсменам счастливого пути и, конечно, победы.
Let's look at the first stage. Already we are right in the thick of it. Sand, sand and more sand, with lots of drivers in a bit of trouble. Some didn't even get to the finish. And some managed to batter right through. At the wheel of his Peugeot, the British driver Harry Hunt came in third. 10th in the Dakar 2 years ago. Today, he had a puncture in the first few kilometres, which lost him a lot of time. Following that, a slow puncture, but overall, he thoroughly enjoyed his first day, which he found utterly beautiful. He finished just behind the Turkmen driver Gages Akmiradov, who took the wheel of the Mini number 100 from the President of Turkmenistan. A fantastic performance for the local driver, who looks to be one to watch in the coming 5 days. Akmiradov finished the 247-kilometre stage in a time of 3 hours, 45 minutes and 56 seconds, 7 minutes and 16 seconds behind the stage winner. That stage winner was Nani Roma of Spain, one of the favourites for this rally. Despite the soft sand at the beginning, he was pleased with his day. He took great care not to damage the Mini and feels he is already into his rhythm. Today's stage results are also the general classification for today. Nani Roma leads from Akhmiradov, Hunt is third, Seradori fourth. The first lorry was in sixth place, the Kamaz of Dmitry Sotnikov. Image of the day is from Balas Salai. Let's take a bird's eye view of the Hungarian driver's day. That's all for today. Tomorrow sees the second stage of 230 kilometres between Iquzak Plain and the Darwazak crater. We'll leave you now with the best images of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.